Hello everybody, it's Michael from Archimede Design. Just a video today to go over putting inserts into a 3D printed part. And what I mean by inserts are threads, brass or aluminum or whatever threads. I'll show you what I'm going to use, a simple part that I'm going to put it into, and the tools necessary to do that. So we will start with, obviously you're going to need your 3D printed part with an appropriately sized hole for the inserts. If you do make them a little undersized, you can always just drill them out a little bit. I'd recommend maybe that, just in case you will need a little bit tighter tolerance, but I print on a Stratasys F270 3D printer, which is pretty accurate, or accurate enough for this application. So what I mean by inserts are, you can get these different size, I'll grab one of the larger ones, inserts that look like this, that are threaded, and I have thread sizings from 3mm to 5mm, actually 2mm to 5mm. These come in a case similar to this that has a bunch of different sizes. There are different designs of these things, different shapes of these things, but I find these work great, so I'll put a link down below where I found this. Obviously you're going to need, in this case I have some M3 and M4 screws to attach. And really what that is if you're doing any kind of enclosure or casement or something that you want screws on, we all know that 3D modeling and then printing threads doesn't really work that great. You have to do a lot of adjustment to those threads, and usually only on much larger scale threads, much finer scale threads. Now, yes, it's plastic, so you technically could thread right into the plastic, but if you really want a nice finished looking product or prototype, insert threads are a nice way to go. Some printers you can actually get into and you can put the inserts in and then have them printed over so they're encased in that. With the F270 I don't have the control over my slicer to be able to remove the support structure inside of a cavity, so this is just another alternative to do that using basically a tool. There's these little tools you can get that insert into a soldering gun, and they are sized for different types of inserts. So you can see I have I think I'm holding on to a 3 and a 4mm insert, and those inserts just slide right over the top. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to insert a couple M4s into this 3D part. So like I said, this is used as a soldering gun. I use this soldering gun, 110 volt, 60 watt. It's adjustable temperature, but it is important, like some soldering guns don't fit these. And you definitely need to have a soldering gun that has these ability to change out the tips by unscrewing and pulling the tip out. That's the type that you need to put this on, so that it just goes right in place of the old tip, and tighten it down, and then you have this set up. So that's what we're going to use. There we go. And here I have the 4mm, so you can see that that little fitting is going to sit right on top of there. And the goal is once this heats up, is you press it into the hole. Now I could press it into the top or the back. It does release some gases, and some plastic does push out of the way. So you need to think about a couple things. You need to think about that it has to be clean so the thread can go back in. If plastic does melt, and pool behind it. If you have a cavity, you might not get it as deep as you want, and plastic might fill up into the hole. So you want to be cautious of that too. So it's really better, I think, to do a through hole where you're going, or have a deep enough cavity and don't press all the way down into it. Now the other thing you want to keep in mind too is that if I start threading this, I'm going to thread it from this side. And so I'm going to be putting screws in from this side that are going to pull on this fitting. So I probably want to fit it from the back end. So as I'm pressing some plastic into there and it's getting in there, it's kind of creating a little bit of a shoulder so that the threads don't get pulled out of the 3D part. So that's the way I'm going to go about this. So we'll get set up and we'll go through the process. All right, so this is printed in ABS. So ABS has a melting point of about 200 degrees Celsius. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my soldering gun at, I just want to get it to start to do plastic flow, so I'm going to do it a little bit less than that. I'm going to try to do 195 if it allows me to go that low. Let's see. Yeah, so 195 degrees Celsius. So we'll let that warm up a little bit. Okay, looks like it's close to temperature, so really straightforward here. So what we're going to do is we're going to place that on top, but it is going to slide off, so we're just going to kind of get it near the hole and just going to be patient with it and let it start to heat up the plastic. At 90 degrees in the hole, but not bad. And you'll see that we'll have to clean up. There is some plastic that filled in back there on that side, so we'll have to clean that up. Otherwise, it will have a difficulty maybe threading in. So let's do the other side. If I actually think about it, this material, ABS material, is actually about 212 degrees. So it can vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. There we go. So as I said, on the other side, there's a little bit of plastic there. One way that I find that works pretty good is to take a longer screw of that thread size and thread it through the back. You can also take a small Allen wrench. This one won't fit through there, but just to get that plastic through. It'll help push that out. There we go, there's one. One of the other benefits of having a through hole and needing to clear out the hole of any plastic is you can thread through it, dropping this, and get that plastic piece out. So there you have it. To inset M for threading inserts from the back. All right, thanks again for watching my video, and leave some comments below. I'll leave links to the different equipment that I used in this tutorial. And please subscribe and like this video. Hope you gained a little bit of knowledge about doing some inserts into 3D prints.